This is KI0AR. Does anyone need to use the repeater systems before I begin this evening's Colorado Astronomy Net? Please go ahead now.
Hey, Burns, KU0VH will just check in with you and let you know I'll be monitoring the net tonight, but the system seems pretty solid. We should be good to go. So you can go ahead and count me as a check-in, and I'll be listening here. This is KU0VH.
All right, Jack, appreciate that. Should I go analog or digital tonight?
It's probably always preferable, Burns, that when they're talking, if they are, that you have flagship on the digital side. Because that's where it's going to be harder for you to hear check-ins due to, of course, the inherent delays in an internet link system. So, you should probably flagship over on 448-350 or even 449-625. So there you go. KI0AR, KI0VH. Also be flying simulator while I'm listening.
All right, there you go, Jack. Yeah, I'll switch over and see how that works out. This is KI0AR. Calling the Colorado Astronomy Net, calling the Colorado Astronomy Net. This is KI0AR. My name is Bernice, and I'll be your net control for this evening's Colorado Astronomy Net. Just a reminder, the 3-minute timeout function is still in effect, so during long transmissions, please allow the repeater systems to reset themselves. Also, please use the word break for emergency or prior to traffic. If there is any emergency or prior to traffic, please go ahead now. Okay, nothing heard. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. This net meets every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 0100 Zulu, on Wednesdays to discuss topics of an astronomical nature, what's up in the night skies for the week, any other special events that may be of interest to the amateur radio astronomy enthusiasts around the world. Also, this is one of the few nets where your check-in does count. I tally up the numbers and send them off to JPL at the end of each month. Counts as part of their outreach to the general public, which we are a part, so all check-ins are definitely appreciated. Let's see. I take check-ins several ways. If you have NetLogger, I will take your check-ins via NetLogger. I'll see your call sign pop up in the AIM window, and it's just an easy copy and paste. And that way I won't have to worry about mistyping or mishearing your call signs for sure. I'll obviously take them over the air. I will do that in just a little bit. And I will take check-ins via YouTube. I am on YouTube tonight, so it looks like I do have some people checking in via YouTube there as well. I'll acknowledge that as I see them pop up. So let's see. I gotta do that. All right, there we go. Oh, come on. I'd stand by. I'm having a little computer problems here. There we go. Apologies for that. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Yeah, I also take check-ins via email. If you're out there listening and you want to drop me an email, I will get you on the list as well. If you do send me an email, send it to ki0ar@ki0ar.com. Let me know you're out there listening, a first name, a city, or a country for that matter, where you are, and if you have a call sign, that helps too. And those of you who are listening on let's see, YouTube as well, if you have a call sign there, I'll get you on the list too. And let's see. All right, I'm going to go ahead and acknowledge several check-ins via radio and YouTube and NetLogger here. Hugh in Ireland, EI2HI, thanks for checking in tonight. Roy, KI7PKL, thanks for checking in tonight. Jack, KE0VH, thanks for checking in tonight. Rip, K3XO, thanks for checking in tonight. Ken, NB7SS, thanks for checking in tonight. Mike, KO5AOK, thanks for checking in tonight. And we got Joel out there as well. I think Joel, you're hopefully working on your license. I think I saw an email from you last week or a note somewhere. Yeah, it was a note on YouTube there. So I got you on the list as well. I know you can't transmit, but any questions that you do have, you can definitely put them in the chat window on YouTube there. So do appreciate that. I'll go ahead and begin taking check-ins over the air. Anyone wishing to check in to tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net, please call with your call sign phonetically twice.
Juliet, Lima, Sierra, John, WQ, Ohio. November 0, Echo, Sierra, Mike 1, Delta Echo Alpha. Mike 1, Delta Echo Alpha. Good morning, brothers. Whiskey 6, Romeo, Delta. Whiskey 6, Romeo, Delta.
Okay, let's pause there. And I see a whole bunch of people hopping on YouTube there. So hi to YouTube crowd. Thanks for that. We got John, W2JLS, thanks for checking in tonight. John, N0MES, thanks for checking in tonight. Graham, MM1DEA, thanks for checking in tonight. And Ed, W6RDZ, thanks for checking in tonight. Yeah, Graham, if you, I think you got it, YouTube there. Say hi to Hugh over in Ireland. Thanks, gents, for staying up late, and great to hear you on tonight as well, Graham. Appreciate that. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'm going to go ahead and look for check-ins a little bit later on, and but I want to get the net rolling. Announcements. I publish a monthly astronomy newsletter via email and the World Wide Web. If you wish to subscribe to the email version of my newsletter, please send me an email to ki0ar@ki0ar.com and request to be put on the list. Or you may visit the website at www.ki0ar.com/astro.html. And at the top of the web page is also a spot where you may submit your email address and get subscribed to the email version of the newsletter as well. If you don't want to remember all that, just Google my call sign, KI0AR. You'll find a whole bunch of links, including links to the web page and the newsletter. I also volunteer with a youth group called the International Association for Astronomical Studies. Youth group that meets out at Strasburg, Colorado on Friday evenings from 6 until 8 p.m. Always looking for new members. Freshmen through senior high school age students interested in astronomy, amateur radio, high power rocketry, remote control aircraft flying, full scale aircraft construction, archaeoastronomy, radio astronomy, and balloon launch communications. More than welcome to visit our website at www.iaas.org for more information. Also, they have a presence on Facebook. So if you have Facebook, be sure to hop on there and like us both. I know they got, or excuse me, like the Colorado, I'm all messed up, the International Association for Astronomical Studies. Also a reminder that the Colorado Astronomy Net also has a Facebook page. So if you have Facebook, be sure to hop on there and like us both. And check out Jack's KE0VH's. Sorry about that. Be sure to check out Jack's flight sims on Mondays and Wednesday nights at 6:30 p.m. Mountain Time. Captain Jack Flight Sim, CAPNJACKFLTSIM. Let's see, Jack, it was flying. Where were you flying the other night, Jack? South America, yeah. Ecuador and places south. Several weeks ago, I was flying over the Himalayas, the week before last, over mountains around Colorado. So always interesting flights with Jack's Flight Sims. He's now gotten back into that from his work high. I think you're able to relax a little bit more than I am assuming there, Jack, and getting in your flight sims for sure. But yeah, definitely check him out Wednesday nights. Has a whole bunch of people checking in, including myself and Graham and maybe a few other amateur radio operators as well, and lots of flight simmers too. So hop on there and enjoy the flight. All right, this is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'll go ahead and pause here for some more check-ins and get into the local astronomical news. Anyone else wishing to check in to tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net, please call with your call sign phonetically twice.
Yes, there is November 0, Mike Echo Sierra, November 0, Mike Echo Sierra, Tom, Whiskey Bravo 4, Alpha Indian 0, WB4 AIZ. All right, Chuck.
Okay, that was kind of like, I think I messed up your call. Tom, I got you on the list. You're number 9 on the list, N0MES. Thanks for checking in tonight. I just got to type your name right there. Whiskey Bravo 4. If you could give me a fill on your EIZ, AIZ. I know there was a Zulu in there. Apologies. If you could give me your call sign again, please, phonetically, I'll get you on the list. Thanks for that.
Whiskey Bravo 4 Alpha India Zulu. I'll be a B4AIZ. Over.
All right, Chuck. Yeah, my ears butchered that something awful there. WB4AIZ. Chuck, thanks for checking in tonight. Let's see. This is KI0AR net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Go ahead again. I'll look for call signs a little bit later on. Let's see. Where is? Oh, there it is. I'll start off with the local astronomical news, basically what's up, where the planets are, what to look for in the night sky. Let's see, we'll start off, what we are, the Ides of July. There we go. Start off as usual with the phases of the moon. We had a full moon back on the 10th. We got a last quarter moon coming up on the 17th. So we have a waning gibbous moon in the early morning hours. We got a new moon coming up on the 24th. So now is a good time to get out there and look at the moon on the back side of its phases early in the AM hours. So let's see, the moon was at apogee, its farthest point away from the Earth this month, back on the 4th. It was 251,423 miles from Earth. The moon will be at perigee, its closest approach to the Earth this month, on the 20th. It will be 228,690 miles from Earth. Planetary highlights for July. Summer nights offer lots of interesting sights this month. Mercury and Mars are on show in the evening twilight. Both Uranus and Neptune stand near brighter beacons. Neptune and Saturn are 2 moon widths apart all month, while the morning sky hosts Venus and Uranus together in Taurus. Saturn also shows off 2 Titan shadow transits visible through small telescopes. Jupiter returns late in the month as Pluto reaches opposition. Excerpt is from Astronomy Magazine, July 2025, page 28. On with the planets. Let's see, Mercury was at greatest eastern elongation, about 26 degrees east of the sun on the 4th. That means it's actually trailing the sun, so it's actually as high as it's going to get in the west on that particular day. As the month progresses, the Mercury will get lower and lower towards the western horizon. Mercury will be stationary on the 17th, neither appearing to move forward nor backward relative to the background sky. Mercury will be at inferior conjunction on the 31st, which means that it is between us and the sun on that particular day. Mercury is setting this week about 9:20 p.m. Mercury is visible about 30 minutes after sunset, just above the western horizon during the first 2 weeks of the month. So it's going to be a little trickier to spot Mercury for the next week, for sure. After that, it's going to be near impossible. It'll be lost in the sun's evening twilight glow. Mercury is in the constellation of Cancer, shining at magnitude 0.4 back on the 1st. Quick tutorial on magnitudes. The magnitude scale is an inverse logarithmic scale, meaning as the magnitude increases for a particular object, the the apparent brightness decreases by a factor of about 2.5. The dimmest object that the human eye can see under optimum conditions is about 6th magnitude. Magnitudes less than 6 you should be able to see a lot easier with the naked eye. A magnitude 5 object is 2.5 times brighter than a magnitude 6 object, while a magnitude 7 object is 2.5 times dimmer. The best that one can hope for in your major cities is about 4th magnitude. If you're in New York or Los Angeles, probably around 3rd or 2nd magnitude, or maybe even 0 for bright objects. So it's a little more difficult. So definitely need to get away from cities to see some of the dimmer objects for sure. And always get a telescope or binoculars out there to look at the night skies for sure. Okay, on with Venus. Venus is rising about 3 a.m. this week. Look for Venus to the east about an hour or so before sunrise. That's when it's a little further above the horizon. Venus moves from the constellation of Taurus into Gemini, shining at magnitude minus 4.1 on the 15th. So it's about as bright as it's going to get this month today. The Earth was at aphelion, its farthest point away from the Sun, back on the 3rd. It was 94.5 million miles away from the Sun. All right, Mars. We got Mars setting about 11 p.m. This week. Look for Mars to the southwest in the evening. Mars moves from the constellation of Leo into Virgo, shining at magnitude 1.5. Then we got Jupiter rising about 4:30 a.m. This week. Look for Jupiter to the east about an hour before sunrise. Jupiter's in the constellation of Gemini, shining at magnitude minus 1.9. Then we have Saturn, was stationary yesterday. Saturn is rising about 11:30 p.m. This week. Look for Saturn low to the south before sunrise. Saturn is in the constellation of Pisces, shining at magnitude 0.9. Next we have Uranus rising about 2 a.m. this week. Look for Uranus to the southeast before sunrise. Uranus is in the constellation of Taurus, shining at magnitude 5.8. Then we got Neptune. Neptune is rising pretty much right along with Saturn at about 11:30 p.m. This week as well. Just a couple of minutes earlier than Saturn. Neptune can be found just above Saturn. The best time to look at both of these is around a couple of hours before sunrise, when they're both towards the south. Neptune is in the constellation of Pisces, shining at magnitude 7.7. So you'll definitely need a telescope or binoculars to spot Neptune. On with our dwarf planets, we got Ceres rising about 1 a.m. of this week. Ceres can be spotted low to the south before sunrise. Ceres is in the constellation of Cetus, shining at magnitude 8.9. Then we got Pluto will be at opposition on the 25th, rising as the sun sets. Pluto is now rising about 9 p.m. this week. Pluto can be spotted before sunrise to the south-southwest. Actually, look for Pluto towards the south, well after midnight, early morning hours when it is highest above the southern horizon. Pluto appears at its best for the year later this month. Pluto is in the constellation of Capricornus, shining at magnitude 15.1. As always, good luck at spotting Neptune, Ceres, and Pluto. A large telescope and dark skies will be needed. And for anybody that is hunting Pluto, you'll definitely need some darker skies. And with the moon now in the early morning hours, it's going to be very difficult to spot Pluto. Well, its moon is rising later in the evening, but you'll definitely have to get well away from the city. You'll need at least a 12-inch telescope or a 15-inch diameter scope. My 8-inch telescope will not see Pluto. Its limit is like 12th magnitude. So you'll definitely need some bigger scopes for sure to spot Pluto. And then lots and lots and lots of patience. All right. This is KI0AR, net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Continuing, we got meteor showers. We've got the southern delta acridge. This meteor shower has a duration of July 14th through August 18th. Maximum hourly rates of 15 to 20 occur on July 28th and 29th. And then we have the northern delta acridge, extends from July 16th through September 10th. Maximum occurs on August 13th. The hourly rates reach a high of 10. Stay tuned. We will be talking about some of these meteor showers, these lesser known meteor showers coming up. As you see, we got the southern delta acridge starting yesterday, and the northern delta acridge starting tomorrow. So we got some meteor shower activity starting up, leading us into the Perseids coming up in August. Unfortunately, a waning gibbous moon will be interfering with the Perseids. So we're going to talk about these little lesser meteor showers and how to go about spotting some of those in the nice darker skies as well. So stay tuned for that. And that is it for the local astronomical news. There is no significant comet activity this month, but who knows? Something will probably pop up. There may be some more activity later in the year for that. This is KI0AR, net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'll go ahead and pause here to see if there are any more check-ins. I don't see anybody else on YouTube channel checking in. And I didn't see anybody else popping up in NetLogger, so I will go ahead and let's see if there's anybody out there. I'm going to check the email. I know there's some email out there somewhere. All right, nobody on email either. So I will go ahead and call for more check-ins. Anyone else wishing to check into tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net, please call with your call sign phonetically twice.
I will be Kyle.
Okay, I heard something in there. I don't know if that was somebody trying to check in or not. Anyone else wishing to check into tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net, please call with your call sign phonetically twice.
Kilo Delta 7, November Tango Zulu. Kilo Delta 7, November Tango Zulu. Scott. Kilo Delta 2, Papa Echo Kilo. KD2 PEK. Lake, Northern New York, I-O.
All right, Scott, we got you on the list. That's a new call, so welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net, KD7NTZ. Thanks for checking in tonight. And Mike, KD2PEK, I got you on the list. I got you in and out, so thanks for that. Let's see, we do have, we got a lurker out there. He's not lurking now. Brad. K9WNG, we got you on the list, so thanks for that. Appreciate it. Scott, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. My name is Bernice, that's Bravo, Uniform, Romeo, November, Echo, Sierra, Sierra, and the call sign Kilowatt India 0 Alpha Romeo. You found the Colorado Astronomy Net. Do appreciate that. I've been doing the net for, 29 and a half years. Been over on Skyhub Link for 2.5, coming up on 3 years pretty soon. But always like to touch base with my first time check-ins, find out what your interest background is in astronomy, whether you're just starting out or you've been doing it for decades like I have, or somewhere in between if you've got any other particular interests within astronomy, things like that. So please share with us, Scott, your interest background in astronomy. KD7NTZ, this is KI0AR. Please go ahead.
Pretty new to astronomy. This is actually my first time checking into a net in probably 15 to 20 years. Found my radio in the closet for the first time in a long time, so very excited to be back on the radio. But thanks so much. Glad to be here. Excited to learn more about astronomy with you guys.
You bet, Scott. Yeah, this is a learning net. This is definitely a learning net. In fact, I learned something new. You'd be surprised what we've learned over the last 30 years here on the net. I think we went from a handful of exoplanets to, when they're just starting to find some of those things, to now we got thousands and thousands of them. So things like that, new missions bringing up new information. The James Webb Space Telescope bringing new discoveries. We're all learning something new just about every single net. So again, welcome to the net and welcome aboard tonight. Appreciate you checking in tonight. All right, this is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Bulletins, let's see. I usually like to start off with ISS passes over the Denver area. If you are interested in ISS passes, you may want to check out this particular website. It is posted here in on the YouTube screen, www.heavens-above.com. That's www.heavens-above.com. I do recommend you sign up for it, and then you can log in and you can enter in your home coordinates. If you're looking on YouTube, you'll see my home coordinates up in the upper right-hand corner of the page, and I'm looking down this list for visible ISS passes over the Denver area. We have some. Looks like the ISS is transitioning from early morning hours to late evening hours. A lot of these passes are above the northern horizon, just skimming the northern horizon of Denver area. What I like about this particular website is I can let's see, what can I do? I can print out, let's see, get rid of some of the stuff that I don't need on here. Click on a particular date and come up with a nice, what am I trying to say? A star chart of a particular ISS pass. This is one for July 22nd, so next Wednesday, I guess. Or yeah. Excuse me, next Tuesday evening, later after the net. But it shows only a partial, reasonably high, but it shows a partial pass of the ISS over Denver area. You may want to check out this particular website over your particular area. Again, that website is www.heavens-above.com. All right, this is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Got an interesting article from space.com dated today. The Perseid meteor shower kicks off summer shooting star season this week. Here's how to see it. The first of our showers is the Delta Aquarids, with a broad 3-day maximum running from July 28th through July 31st. So here's some of the ones I was mentioning earlier. Each summer, amateur astronomers from all over the world look forward to observing the famous Perseid meteor shower, but often overlook 4 lesser showers that reach their peak between July 29th and August 16th. This year, a waning gibbous moon 3 days past full phase will seriously hamper the Perseid meteor shower. So why not take this opportunity to try and view the other 4, all but one of which will enjoy dark skies. Summertime meteors, occasionally flitting across your line of sight, are especially noticeable between early July and the final week of August, and between August 3rd and 15th. There are no fewer than 4 different minor displays in addition to the Perseids that are active. Anyone gazing at the night sky these nights for even a short length of time is likely to spot a few shooting stars darting across the sky. In general, Earth encounters richer meteoric activity during the second half of the year, and you're more likely to see twice as many meteors per hour in the pre-dawn hours as compared to the evening hours. This is due to the fact that during the pre-midnight hours, we are on the trailing side of Earth due to our orbital motion through space. This is an aside. This is an aside here. I like to talk about meteors in this particular context. In this case, the evening is like your rear window. You don't get too many bug hits on the back of your car. Continuing. So any meteoric particle generally must have an orbital velocity greater than that of Earth to catch us. However, after midnight, when we are turned onto Earth's leading side, any particle that lies along Earth's orbital path will enter our atmosphere as a meteor. This is like bugs on a windshield. As we're going forward, the Earth's windshield is facing these meteors in the early morning hours, and that's where you're going to see most of your meteor activity. As such, objects collide with our atmosphere at speeds of 7 to 45 miles or 11 to 72 kilometers per second. Their energy of motion rapidly dissipates in the form of heat, light, and ionization, creating short-lived streaks of light popularly referred to as shooting stars. The only equipment you'll need is your eyes and a modest amount of patience. The actual number of meteors a single observer can see in an hour depends strongly on sky conditions. The rates given in the table are based on your ability to see stars as faint as magnitude plus 6.5. Considered to be the threshold of naked eye visibility. That you are an experienced observer and an assumption that the radiant is directly overhead. The radiant is the place in the sky where the paths of shower members, if extended backward, would intersect when plotted on a star chart. Your clenched fist held at arm's length is equal to roughly 10 degrees in the sky. So if the radiant is 30 degrees, or 3 fists above the horizon, the hourly rate is halved at 15 degrees. It is cut to a third. Of the 4 minor showers active in the coming weeks, the Kappa Cygnids are the most favorably placed for northern observers. The constellation of Cygnus, from where these meteors appear to dart from, lies high overhead at around 10:30 p.m., making it favorably placed for viewing all night long. 2 of the other showers listed come from the region around the constellation of Aquarius and Capricornus. These constellations are currently highest in the southern sky between roughly 1:30 and 2:30 a.m. local daylight time. While the hourly rates from the 4 minor meteors streams are but a fraction of the number produced by the Perseids, combined overall they provide a wide variety of meteors of differing colors, speeds, and trajectories. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Continuing, these 4 are listed in the table below. So, minor summer meteor showers. We got the Delta Aquarids, visible between July 12th and August 23rd, peaking on July 29th, 30th, and 31st, hourly rate of 25. These are swift, faint, and yellow-white. We have the Alpha Capricornids from July 3rd through August 15th, peaking around the 31st. Hourly rate of 5. These are slow, bright, with a few fireballs. And then we got the Eta Eridanids from July 31st through August 19th, peaking on August 7th. Hourly rate of 3. Moderately bright and swift speed. Then we have the Kappa Cygnids from August 3rd through August 28th, peaking on the August 16th. There's also hourly rate of 3. These are slow-moving, sometimes flaring fireballs. So, if you happen to see some of those that flare into fireballs, you definitely get a treat with those. But those are few and far between for sure. The first of our showers is the Delta Aquarids with a broad 3-day maximum running from July 29th through 31st. Though activity has been noted as early as July 12th, extending to August 23rd. The shower actually is composed of 2 radiants, one north and the other south, suggesting that we are seeing 2 distinct streams of celestial debris burning up in Earth's atmosphere. As many as 24 swift faint meteors per hour are provided by this shower. The moon will be at a waxing crescent phase during the time of peak activity and will set well before midnight. Hence, it's well out of the picture when the double radiant crosses the meridian at about 2:30 a.m., meaning favorable viewing circumstances throughout the morning hours. The pieces of space debris that interact with our atmosphere to create the southern Delta Aquarids are suspected to originate from comet 96P Mach-Holtz. This short period comet orbits the sun at once every 5 years. Comet Mach-Holtz was discovered by the late Donald Mach-Holtz in 1986. A much weaker shower is the Alpha Capricornids, which begin about July 3rd, peaks on July 31st, and ends on August 15th. Moonset comes at 11 p.m. on the evening of July 30th. And the time when the radiant crosses the meridian comes at 1:30 a.m., which means that this stream is well presented this year and also overlaps the peak of the Delta Aquarids. Though averaging only around 5 per hour, the Alpha Capricornids frequently produce bright yellow fireballs that can be quite spectacular. These meteors are the dross shed by the comet 169P Neat, whose path Earth crosses at this time each year. The last minor shower before the Perseids is the Eta Eridanids, having detectable, let me let this thing reset. Having detectable members from July 31st to August 19th. At peak activity on August 7th, the moon will not set until 3:30 a.m. as the radiant is gaining altitude in the southeast. Dawn breaks an hour later, leaving little time for observing. Only about 3 members per hour are seen under good conditions. These meteors appear to be related to a trail of dust shed by a faint comet traveling in a parabolic orbit that was observed through telescopes between May and June of 1852 by French astronomer Jean Chacornac. A waning gibbous moon, 19 days old, will dominate morning skies on August 12th to spoil the Perseids. The radiant near the famous double star cluster of Perseus rises in the evening and is 70 degrees high in the northeast at the break of dawn. When maximum occurs in the dark sky, this rich stream averages more than 90 members per hour, though higher rates have been seen on occasion. Many flaring meteors with trains are seen under good skies, but only the brightest of them will be visible in 2025. The shower normally extends from July 17th through August 24th. And from my experience with the Perseids over many decades, well before I was actually in college, the week before and the week after the Perseids look for those during those 2 weeks as prime Perseid observing. However, you will have to contend with the moon considerably, unfortunately. All right, the last summer shower is the Kappa Cygnids, followed by the Orionids in the last half of October. The limit of this shower run from August 3rd to 28th. with the peak on August 16. Though the maximum is only 3 per hour, the stream does provide flaring fireballs, and the careful observer may be nicely rewarded for the time spent. At 24 days in age, the waning crescent moon will come up at 11:45 p.m. But the hours before midnight are the ones to choose for this shower. The radiant passes almost directly overhead at 10:30 in the evening. Our data is based on two sources: the International Meteor Organization, IMO, Meteor Shower Calendar for 2025, compiled by Jürgen Rentedel, and the Meteor section of the 2025 Observer's Handbook of the Royal Astronomical Society of Canada, compiled by Margaret Campbell Brown and Peter Brown. Obviously, we will have more to say about the Perseids in early August, so be sure to stay tuned to space.com for further details, or the Colorado Astronomy Net, for that matter. That's it for the bulletin. For the bulletins this evening. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and call on Ed, W6RDZ, for tonight's rocket report. W6RDZ, good evening to you, Ed. Are you ready to give the rocket report for this evening? Go ahead.
Good evening, Bernice. Good evening to the net. Yes, I can deliver the rocket report tonight. Can you give me an audio check? 321 123. How's my level?
It's sounding great. Solid copy for tonight there, Ed, and sounding good over on the digital side. I just had to turn up the volume a little bit so I can get some decent audio over onto YouTube. Hopefully those that are listening on YouTube can give me a radio check as well. Let me know how everything is sounding, but I'm watching the meter there, and it looks good. So Ed, take it away. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net.
All right. Yeah, this is W6RDZ, your rocket man, with tonight's rocket report. Let's see. This one's going to look back at the week, back to last Tuesday, the 8th, and forward to July 22nd. All right. We had just 3 launches and a crude splashdown last week. One launch was Chinese and the rest were SpaceX. First launch was on Saturday, July 12th at 23:04 Mountain Daylight Time. SpaceX successfully launched the DROR-1 or GTO-1 mission on a Falcon 9 rocket from Cape Canaveral, Florida. The DOR-1 is a geostationary communications satellite built and developed by Israel Aerospace Industries. It was booster 1083, 13th flight. Second launch of the week was yesterday, Monday, July 14th at 1540 Mountain Daylight Time. China successfully launched the Tianzhou 9 resupply mission on a Long March 7 rocket from the Wenchang Space Launch Site in China. The Tianzhou is an automated cargo spacecraft developed from China's first space station. It was the 8th resupply mission to China's space station. Links to those launches are available on the rocket report online. All right, let's see. That brings us to the third and last launch most of the week. SpaceX's Axiom AX4 mission. Oh, this is not a launch. I'm sorry, this is a splashdown. Axiom AX4 mission on the ISS. They closed the hatch and headed home at 04:07 Mountain Standard Time yesterday, July 14th. The Crew Dragon spacecraft Grace, with its 4 commercial astronauts undocked from the ISS at 05:15 Mountain Standard Time and safely splashed down at 01:31 Mountain Daylight Time this morning in the Pacific Ocean off the coast of California, right near San Diego. The crew's stay was expanded to 20 days in space. We're going to reset the repeaters there. Right. Hopefully we got a successful reset there and didn't miss anything. Yeah, okay, and just about right about now at in about 5 minutes at 20:05 Mountain Daylight Time, Tuesday, July 15th, SpaceX should be launching the Starlink Group 15-2 on a Falcon 9 out of Vandenberg Space Force Base, California. And that completes the launches. Looking back, now we're going to look at the events coming up in the next week. We've got 6 launches on the docket. As of our press deadline, 5 of them are SpaceX, and we'll hopefully get that Australian bird off the ground this week. Our first launch is that SpaceX intends to launch the Kuiper KS-01 mission on a Falcon 9 launch from Cape Canaveral, Florida tomorrow, Wednesday, July 16th at 0018 Mountain Daylight Time. Project Kuiper is a mega constellation of broadband internet satellites managed by Jeff Bezos' Amazon company. The Kuiper constellation is planned to compose of 3,236 satellites in low Earth orbit. Reset. W6RDZ is back with a rocket report for the Colorado Astronomy. All right, second launch, we hope, is the first test flight of an Aris Gilmore rocket from the Bowden Orbital Spaceport in Australia. That was pushed back another 2 days. The maiden flight of the Aris rocket is now scheduled for Wednesday, July 16th at 15:30 Mountain Daylight Time from Bowden Orbital Spaceport in Australia. The launch is not planned to be live streamed, at least not by Gilmore. Gilmore Space is an Australian company founded in 2013, and the Aris rocket is a small satellite launch vehicle. This will be their second try. Back in mid-May, the vehicle was poised to become the first orbital launch from Australian soil of a sovereign-built vehicle. They had to stand down from that attempt when an unexpected issue triggered the payload fairing deployment on the ground overnight. Here's wishing the Aussies to the best of luck. All right, I've got some links on there too. Third launch tomorrow, also tomorrow, July 16th, SpaceX is on the docket to launch Starship Group 17-3 on a Falcon 9 from Vandenberg Space Force Base, California. That one at 20:08. We're going to reset the report repeater here. All right, W6RDZ back with the rocket report. Let's see, that last one. All right, then on Sunday, we're going to move forward to Sunday, July 20th at 20:09 Mountain Daylight Time. SpaceX is scheduled to launch Starlink Group 17-2 from Pad S4E at Vandenberg Space Force Base, California. Vandenberg is certainly getting its exercise of launches this week. Fifth launch. SpaceX also plans to launch the O3B mPOWER 9 and 10 mission on a Falcon 9 from Cape July 21st at 1500 Mountain Daylight Time. There's 2 satellites there, and they're headed to medium Earth orbit. And then our 6th and last flight for the week, Tuesday, July 22nd at 12:05 Mountain Daylight Time. SpaceX plans to launch the tracers along with 3 other missions on Falcon 9 from Vandenberg Space Force Base. Those are all going to sun synchronous orbit. Tracers, NASA's 2 tandem reconnection and CUSP electrodynamics reconnaissance satellite. This is a pair that will orbit the Earth in tandem to study magnetic reconnection events in Earth's upper atmosphere. Also on board are the Baird, FEMA, EPIC, and REAL scientific payloads. All right, that does it with launches. Now we're going to get into the news. W6RDZ reset. W6RDZ back with the rocket report. Here's 3 news items. First, a very brief Starship update. Maybe Dave was on tonight. He'll give us something more complete. Love your updates, Dave. But just to touch the highlights, SpaceX is preparing an improvised adapter ring to allow for a Starship test fire at the orbital launch pad. They're doing that while a NASA test site is being rebuilt after booster blew up there from POV tank rupture. All right, and August 4th, right now, looks like the nearest possible date for the Starship Flight Test 10. So, hoping they get it together and get that launched. Those are always exciting. Second piece of news is NASA and SpaceX are now targeting July 31st for a Crew 11 launch to the ISS. So the next 4-person crew heading to the ISS is less than 3 weeks away from launch. On Thursday, NASA announced that it and SpaceX were targeting July 31st for the flight of SpaceX Crew 11 mission to the orbiting outpost. Benevolent Dragon mission for 2025 that it set the list off from Launch Complex 39A at NASA Kennedy Space Center at 12:09 p.m. Eastern. And this mission is led by NASA astronaut Zena Carmen. She will be flying along with fellow astronauts like Japan Aerospace Agency or JAXA astronauts Kimiya Yu and Roscosmos cosmonaut Oleg Platonov. This will be the first flight for both Carmen and Platonov. Yu is flying to space for a second time, and it'll be the 4th flight for Vic. Reset. W6RDZ back with a rocket report for Colorado Astronomy Net. Third item, NASA reports that NASA's Parker solar probe snaps the closest ever images of the sun. By its record-breaking pass by the sun late last year, NASA's solar probe captured stunning new images within the sun's atmosphere. These newly released images, taken closer to the sun than we've ever seen before, are helping scientists better understand the sun's influence across the solar system. This is including events that can affect Earth. Parker Solar Probe has once again transported us to the dynamic atmosphere of our closest star, said Nikki Fox, Associate Administrator with Science Mission Director at NASA headquarters in Washington. We are witnessing where space weather threats to Earth begin with our eyes, not just with clouds. This new data will help us vastly improve our space weather predictions to ensure the safety of our astronauts and protect the technologies here on Earth and throughout the solar system. All right, you can read the whole article. We give you a link to that in the online version. That'll bring us to our fourth space news. All right, this is W6RDZ Rocket Man back with tonight's rocket report, the last item. Jeff Faust of Space News reports that NASA flying cargo only on the next Boeing Starliner mission. NASA officials say there is a strong chance that the next test flight of Boeing's CTS-100 Starliner commercial crew vehicle will be uncrewed as work continues to fix issues with the spacecraft. At a July 10th briefing about the upcoming SpaceX Crew 11 mission to the ISS, Steve Stitch, a NASA commercial crew program manager, said the agency has yet to decide on plans for the next Starliner test flight after problems experienced on the crewed test flight mission last year. Quote, "We really are working toward a flight as soon as early next year," he said of Starliner. "Ultimately, our goal is to get into crew rotation flights with Starliner, and those would start no earlier than second rotation slot at the end of next year." He indicated, though, that the test flight early next year, designed to confirm fixes currently being tested for helium leaks and thermal issues with the vehicle's thrusters and their doghouse enclosures, would likely be one carrying only cargo and not astronauts. That's it for tonight's rocket report. Here's wishing you all nominal flight and a good night. That's it for me. W6BZ, back to net control. Starman Burgess.
Okay, thanks for that, Ed. Appreciate you doing the rocket report tonight. Lots of good information. I do have that posted on the website as well. If you want to learn more and click on the links, for sure, I'll post that in just a sec. First off, I'll go ahead and acknowledge Stephen, KM6BAY, thanks for checking in tonight. And Brian, K6SKI, thanks for checking in tonight. Got you guys on the list, so thanks for that. I'll go ahead and pause here for more check-ins before we go down the list. Anyone else wishing to check into tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net, please call with your call sign phonetically twice. All right, now's the time for everyone else to contribute to the net. Questions, comments, observation reports, anything you'd like to pass along to the net, now's the time to do it. Let's see, I think our friends from across the sea may have bowed out, but we'll give them a call anyway. Hugh in Ireland, EI2HI. Good evening to you, Hugh. Are you still with us tonight? Go ahead. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he headed off to. I see the comment over, and I had to pull the screen over so I can actually see it in front of me this time. Yeah, he checked in and out, but do appreciate that checking in. Next on the list is Roy up in Oregon, KI7PKL. Good evening to you, Roy. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Well, hey, good evening, Bruce. Everybody on the net. things are going pretty good here. We're having a lot of beautiful weather. Kind of hot, but anyway, I've been doing a lot of tinkering, testing, and troubleshooting and stuff like that. I actually did a little bit of imaging last night. Yeah, 4 days out from the full moon, it's kind of tough to do much imaging. So, it's M13. Let's just image a star cluster that doesn't even have nebulosity. I'm not even sure I know how to process a star cluster, but we're going to find out. Actually, I just did the calibration flats this afternoon, and now it's denoising Grassford. So we'll see how that goes. So problem is, we've been pretty smoke-free the last few nights, but today that all changed, and for the next few months, we're going to be running tail first from the smoke, and good deal this time. Smoke will probably keep us from doing any astronomy. But interference of a big deal.
All right, Roy. Yeah, good. Good luck. Oh yeah, imaging those clusters. One of my favorites is M10. In fact, I use that as the background to my YouTube channel. Right now, I image that in, when did I do that? 1999. Using the Kitt Peak the public observatory down at Kitt Peak. And that turned out real nice. So there's definitely hope with doing some globular cluster imaging there, especially if you get into that. Open clusters a little bit different, but one of my favorites is definitely globular clusters. But yeah, good luck with that, Roy. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Next on the list is Jack, KE0VH, and Wheat Ridge. Good evening to you, Jack. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Oh, I know he's out there somewhere. He's probably in the midst of flying an airplane over somewhere. All right, Jack. Do appreciate you checking in tonight. Hopefully you can come back when you have a chance. Next on the list is Rip out in West Virginia. Good evening to you, Rip, K3XO. What have you got for us tonight? Go ahead.
So, I just really don't have anything for you, other than I'm pleased to be back at the radio. I haven't been in, I haven't been listening to this net for a couple of weeks. Been having other things going on, but I enjoy it nonetheless. So I don't really have anything to contribute, so I'm not going to tie it up. Back to you, K3XO.
All right, Rip. I do appreciate you being there. Glad you're back on the radio again. I appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Next on the list is Ken out in Nevada, NV7SS. Good evening to you, Ken. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. All right, Ken. I don't know if you were trying to check in, but we got no audio. Go ahead and try again. NV7SS. Go ahead. What have you got for us tonight?
Oh, good evening there, Bernice. Yeah, maybe it was a dropout or something there. I didn't hear you call me. But anyway, yeah, Bernice, not doing much observations out there. There's a bunch of smoke out in the sky and everything, so everything's kind of, uh, I don't know, you just can't see through it good. But anyway, yeah, uh, thanks for being there, Bernice. I'll let you get on with the net there. And you take care, and we'll see you next week. NV7SS, back to the net.
All right, Ken. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Yeah, we had thunderstorms earlier today. Hopefully, those thunderstorms washed out a lot of that smoke. We've been seeing a lot of haze up in the mountains and things like that. A lot of clouds in the afternoons. We've had thunderstorm season coming through, so not too much observation here either. But hopefully, some of that rain that hit us earlier wash some of that crud out. We'll have to see in the next couple of days. We'll see. But Ken, appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Next on the list is, let's see, Mike over on YouTube. Mike, if you're still with us, KO5AOK in Oklahoma. If you've got anything for us tonight, post it over on YouTube and I'll pass it along. Or if you're on the air, go ahead, please. All right, next on the list, one of our listeners on YouTube, Joel up in Conifer. Joel, if you're still listening on YouTube there, if you've got any questions or comments, post them on YouTube and I'll pass them along as well. Next on the list is John up in Ohio, W2JLS. Good evening to you, John. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
W2JLS out in Ohio, Fairlawn area. Yeah, hi, Bernard. Good evening to you and everyone on the net. Good evening on your ears, as I like to say. I was driving home tonight from the office from Cleveland to Fairlawn, the greater Akron area, and one of your callers kind of mentioned already the bit of, I don't know if it's smoke from Canadian wildfires or what, but you had a kind of an impact on the visibility for sure. There was a haze hanging. It was a really hot day. It was probably in the, honestly, it was like mid-90s here in Fairlawn. It was 91 when I was coming home, so I'm assuming earlier in the afternoon it was probably hotter than that. So it's been really hot and humid this summer. So some of that's moisture, but I do suspect you have some stuff further north influencing visibility. I was out gardening. I didn't see a whole lot other than clouds at that point. Maybe, probably get back outside tonight. But anyway, good to hear you in there. And looks like you're getting a lot of new traffic coming in through the YouTube channel. That's really cool. I'll mention to a lot of the younger listeners that know Cosmos in a different context than I do. I was thinking about Carl Sagan's Cosmos. I used to watch back in the early
as a kid, and that was he was just such an iconoclast. Very fun watching those shows. And it's back when you couldn't binge watch anything; you had to wait for a week for your show to show up, and I would look forward to it all week and reserve TV time in my parents' house and stuff. Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. So if you haven't looked at that, if you're a young person, or maybe you're an old person and you want to go back and look at it, it's a pretty cool show. And yeah, lots of fun content. Didn't always agree with Carl as I got older, but I think it's certainly entertaining and good for scientific learning. Anyway, thanks for having me, Burns. I'll pass it back. W2JLS.
All right, John, thanks for that. Yep, I got the DVD collection of Carl Sagan's Cosmos sitting over there on my bookshelves. I've also seen Neil deGrasse Tyson's remake of the Cosmos, updated a bit. I'd actually like to get those DVDs if I could too, but and look at the difference. Yeah, I really enjoyed Carl Sagan's Cosmos when it came out. Yeah, you had to wait, and then once it was over, you had to wait for the reruns as well. No DVD stuff and playing it whenever you wanted to, for sure there, John. Yeah, a lot of stuff has changed too. I think Carl Sagan would be more than impressed. He'd be floored with all the changes since he made that, for sure. All right, John, appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Next is Tom out in Parker, N0MES. Good evening to you, Tom. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Hey, the Burners, even Nick, November 0, Mike Echo Sierra. Nothing really advanced observation-wise on the work for one. I did want to note, though, that during the rocket report, I think there was a Russian, I think they called the cosmonaut still, but I think his last name was Blastinov. So if you're in Russia and your last name is Blastinov, you better join the big program because it's too good of a coincidence. So that's all I got. You all have a good night, and November 0, Mike Echo Sierra, back to the net.
All right, Tom. Yeah, that would definitely be a great name to have for an astronaut, that's for sure. All right, Tom, appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Graham in Scotland checked in and out. MM1DEA past his bedtime as well. So we'll go down to Ed. W6RDZ. Good evening to you, Ed. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Yeah, W6RDZ here. Can't think of really anything we've got else going on. Things like that comment on Blastinov. I had not noticed that. I'm trying to check here. Humanitarian exploit. I'm seeing that name. So I can either confirm or deny that, but I don't have any reason to doubt it. It has, my source has it as Platonov, Platonov, but that is, maybe he goes by Blastinov, which would be wonderful. All right, W6RDZ, thanks a bunch for the net. Thanks for doing the net as always. It's a privilege to be a part of that, and love the article on the Pleiades.
All right, Ed. Yeah, I always appreciate you doing the rocket report. Appreciate, yeah, you checking on that. Yeah, I just did a quick search. Yeah, Platonov, Platonov. as opposed to blasting off. Yeah, that would be definitely a great name. Maybe there's one in sci-fi somewhere like that. Uh, some of those authors tend to do that. All right, Ed, appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Next on the list is Chuck down in Florida, WB4AIZ. Good evening to you, Chuck. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. All right, next on the list is Scott down in Texas. KD7NTZ. Good evening to you, Scott. Again, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. What have you got for us tonight? Go ahead.
Thank you very much for having me. This is Scott, K7NTZ in Austin, Texas. Not much to report down here other than a very nice sunset while walking the dogs tonight with my wife. That's really the only kind of new thing to the evening sky down in this neck of the woods since all the rain that happened the last couple weeks. So it's good to see a nice sunset for once in a while. Also, if you could give me a quick signal report, I would love that. I've got this old antenna that I threw up. It's my first time talking on it. I threw it up in the windowsill, wondering how it's coming through. Back to that, KD7NTZ.
Scott, your signal is loud and clear. You're maybe a little bit overmodulated just a little bit, but other than that, you're sounding great. You're solid copy for sure. So the antenna is working, no problems at all with how you're getting into the system tonight. Again, Scott, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. I do appreciate you checking in tonight. Appreciate your comments as well. Let's see. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Let's see. Mike up in New York, KD2PEK, checked in and out. So we'll go down to Brad in Wisconsin, K9WNG. Good evening to you, Brad. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. All right, next on the list is Stephen up in Fort Collins, KM6VAY. Good evening to you, Stephen. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Station calling. This is the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'll take check-ins in just a minute. We're up just about to the end of our list. If you could hold check-ins until just a few more minutes, I will get back to you. Right now, this is a directed net, so please stand by. For all check-ins, please stand by. We're almost at the end of our list. I'll take check-ins in just a sec. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'll give Stephen a call again. KM6VAY. Good evening to you, Stephen. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
I just wanted to say thanks for being on there again. I don't have too much to say except that YouTube has an added bonus that channel of yours. You get to hear your own station and see how your station sounds from your point of view. Little compressed, I believe. I'm just going to work on that. I'm
not Fort Collins anymore. I'm midway between Colorado Springs and Pueblo, so my sky is awful light polluted anymore. Always looking forward to the new moon, though. Thanks for offering us back again.
All right, Stephen, drive safe. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Next on the list is Brian up in Fairplay. K6SKI. Good evening to you, Brian. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. All right, nothing heard. There we go. We are at the bottom of the list and still have some time for more more chit chat and what have you, more check-ins. Right now we are at the bottom of the list and have some plenty of time. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the net for anybody else. Questions, comments, late check-ins. If you are a late check-in, please call with your call sign phonetically twice. Anybody else? Questions, comments, late check-ins, please call KI0AR now.
Hey, Ernest, recheck KE0VH, Kilo Echo Zero Victor Hotel. Sorry, was landing an airplane when you called earlier.
All right, no worries, Jack. Landing airplanes, driving cars, always more important than the net for sure. Jack, go ahead. What do you got for tonight? KE0VH.
Yeah, Ernest, nothing really extravagant astronomy-wise as usual. I've been super busy with work, as you might recall. Still got to get with you sometime on getting another computer to you here. I've got one for you. We just got to be able to coincide here. Skype Link is doing well. We're working on a few projects kind of in the background. New hub, a totally new hub system, as a matter of fact, and that's part of the reason that we did have a couple of issues just recently, but it looks as though those are now pretty much behind us, and everything seems to be real stable. Yeah, tomorrow night the Flight Sim going to be flying from Fairbanks, Alaska to Juneau, and we're going to do it in a special Alaska Airlines livery. Salmon people, a beautiful 737-900 aircraft. Trying to learn how to fly the CRJ-7 and 900 in Flight Simulator, and I'll tell you what, that one is tough. It is really tough. I am definitely not ready to prime time live stream that one yet. So I'll keep working on that. But tomorrow night, 6:30 on my YouTube channel, we'll be doing the 737-900 Alaska Airlines Salmon People livery from Fairbanks to Juneau. And we haven't flown into Juneau before. That's a little challenging, so that'll be fun. Ernest, with that, back to you. Have a great night. Thanks for checking in to the live stream last night. I sure appreciate it. We're doing the Captain Jack Rock and Roll radio show an awful lot during that time, too, so that's kind of fun. Anyway, we'll see you later. 7:30, good evening, everyone, from KE0VH in Wheat Ridge.
All right, Jack. Yeah, always fun to fly along with you for sure. I was kind of multitasking, but I had one ear listening to the wife and one ear listening to you. So there you go. Thank God for earbuds for sure. As I was upstairs and as opposed to downstairs where I usually am watching your channel there. Yeah, I still, I don't know where I'd put your computer right now. I still got a big mess down here with all the stuff that went on with my being being my trials and tribulations over the last several weeks. I still have to get myself motivated to clean up this mess so I can find a place to put that and figure out what I want to do with it too. So, but I do appreciate that, Jack. We'll get together, and yeah, it's nice to be back on on the digital side, and yeah, haven't had any problems tonight for sure there. Um, But again, Jack, appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Anybody else? Questions, comments, late check-ins? Please call KI0AR now.
You got Victor Kilo 6 Mike Alpha Romeo. I repeat, Victor Kilo 6 Mike Alpha Romeo with the handle this way or the name of Rick Romeo India Charlie Kilo. I'm situated in a mining town in the northwest of Western Australia called Colorado. Over.
Okay, let me see. Let me make sure I got the call sign correct. Victor Kilo 6 Mike Alpha Romeo. Is that correct? Did I get that right?
Yep, you got it 100% right, my friend. Over.
Okay, Rick. Let's see. That is a new call on the that is a new call on the Colorado Astronomy Net. So welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. My name is Bernice. That's Bravo Uniform Romeo November Echo Sierra Sierra. Call sign Kilowatt India 0 Alpha Romeo. Been doing this for 29 years. Been on the SkyHub Link system for a little over 2.5, and having fun the whole time, and learning astronomy and things like that. So welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. We meet at let's see, 0100 Zulu on Wednesdays. I'm not exactly sure what time that is right now in Australia, but you're definitely into tomorrow. Always like to have our Australian contingent checking in and hear observation reports and things like that that's going on in the night skies down under for sure. So Rick, welcome. Also, please tell us a little bit about your interest, background in astronomy, whether you're just starting out or you've been doing it for decades, and what you're looking at up in the skies, things like that. Anything else you'd like to share with the Colorado Astronomy Net tonight? Please go ahead. VK6MAR. Welcome to the net. Tell us a little bit about your background, interests in astronomy. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger that. Victor Kilo 6 Mike Alpha Romeo back to you there. Yeah, like I said, I'm situated in a country town in the moment, a mining town called Colorado. We're up here to visit my daughter and the son and the grandkids. We've been up here for a couple of weeks. We then go in another week's time back to Perth, Western Australia. But lovely place here in Colorado. You can see all the sky
All right, Rick, fine business. Appreciate you joining us tonight. Yeah, and enjoy the skies down under for sure. And appreciate you joining us tonight. Hopefully, we'll hear hear some more observation reports, things like that from you in the future. There, I got you on the list. Like I said, that's a new call. So again, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. Again, my name is Burnus. That's Bravo Uniform Romeo November Echo Sierra Sierra, and the call sign Kilowatt India Zero Alpha Romeo. All right. Anybody else? Questions, comments, late check-ins? Before I go ahead and wrap up the net for this evening, please call KI0AR now.
November 0, Mike Echo Sierra. I apologize for the misnomer in identifying the Russian astronaut as black. Okay, my lyrics, and I apologize for that. I'm sure Mike Echo Sierra, that's all.
Hey, Tom. No worries. That would be a great name, wouldn't it? Yeah, you can hear all kinds of different things. But yeah, no worries at all. I think we all got a good chuckle out of that. All right, Tom, I appreciate that. You take care. This is KI0AR. Anybody else? Questions, comments, late check-ins before I go ahead and wrap up the net for this evening? Please call KI0AR now. All right, nothing heard. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the net for this evening. I'd like to thank the 18 check-ins for checking in tonight. Hopefully we'll hear from everybody next Tuesday night for another session of the Colorado Astronomy Net here on Skyhub Link. Also like to thank the Rocky Mountain Radio League for use of their repeater systems. Also like to thank the Skyhub Link group for the use of their systems as well. For more information on Skyhub, check out skyhublink.com. With that, I will say 73 and keep looking up. This is KI0AR. I'm clear.